Hi there, Edson here. In this movie, I'm gonna give you a quick tour on Azure environment. So since I've been working with Azure for a while, I found very helpful to go online and create my own Microsoft Azure account. And then it helps so much to understand when you're gonna talk with your customers about the Azure resource and how things work and how you can support them better. I hope this movie is gonna help you understand much better the Azure environment. Let's get started. To get started in Azure, first, go to azuremicrosoft.com if you don't have an account, and then you can click on this green free account to create your Azure account on the first time, and then you get started. In my case, I have my own account created, and then I'm going to use my email address to log on. I'm going to enter my password. And here I am inside Microsoft Azure Portal, and this is the main dashboard that you see when you log on to Azure. From the top side, you see my name and the email address that I use to log on to my account. From the left side, you see this hamburger that shows you all the resources inside Azure. We are going to give a quick tour on some of these resources. As you can see here, you can also click on more services that Azure is going to show you all the services available by category. For example, if you want to do a compute, everything related to this category called compute, it's listed here, as you can see. I am going back to the main page, and as you can see here, I have some resource that I already create in Azure. So let's give you more details here. I have my dashboard that I create. Azure gives you a default dashboard when you create your account, but in my case, I create a dashboard and I put my name on. What that means is everything that you create inside Azure, it's going to land inside your dashboard. This is going to make it easier for you to find your resource. Okay, so here, for example, you can see a virtual machine that I created when I started. So this virtual machine, you can see a little bit more details, the subscription ID, the name of the virtual machine, and some details about the configuration. It doesn't have that much information here. Let's grab another virtual machine. So I believe this one here provide more resource. There you go. Yeah, this one has more resource. For example, there is a group resource that I create, and then there is a subscription that was associated with this Azure virtual machine, and there are also the public address here that shows for this Azure. So with this IPI address, I can give to someone and allow the person to access my virtual machine inside Azure. So let's go back to my dashboard, and here, for example, you can see more resource that I created. I created another virtual machine here for test, as you can see it. And with this virtual machine, I connected using my Windows desktop. So this virtual machine allows you to access this virtual machine if I give you the IP address to connect. As you can see here, you see all the information about this virtual machine, the size, the location, the size of the disk, the operating system that you pick when you create your Azure virtual machine. Okay, let's go back to my dashboard, and then I want to go to the default. So from the dashboard, from Azure dashboard, you can, for example, check your subscription. This is my subscription that when I created, and then as you can see, I am the owner for this subscription. I can click on it to get more details. As you see, this is a free subscription. It doesn't show that much resource anymore because it's already expired. I use for 30 days. You can use for 30 days for free, and then you can have access to all the services. And then after that, they let you access, but not all the resource that is available. And also there is a 200 credit that Microsoft provides to you when it comes to resource that you need. So inside the subscription, I have details here, for example, about the activity log, and then it's not showing because, as I said, the account is already expired, even though I still access, but I don't see all the resource. So back to the dashboard, from here you can access the Azure Active Directory, for example, where you can create users. For example, let's see some users here that I already created. I think I create one user. I create two. There you go. Yeah, these are the users that I created, and you assign them to some resource. So that's when you are going to have a new user. You just click on this button here, and then you create the new user. So let's go back to resource and security, which is the big issue now that everybody's talking about. So these are all the resources that you have when it comes to security: conditional access, identity protection, security center. From security center, it's very interesting because from here, if you have access to all the resources, you can see all the Azure can provide for you. Back here, for the virtual machine, for example, if you want to create a virtual machine, that's the place you can come, and then you click here, create a virtual machine, and then you be prompted to enter all the resource. And then of course you have to associate everything inside Azure. It's associated to a resource group. So let's open one of these virtual machine here, for example, that you can see more details. Here you go. This is the I create this virtual machine called Edson second virtual machine. And for this virtual machine, you have a resource group that was associated to that. And of course, I cannot give more details here because this is a very quick tour, but I'm just telling you details about, you know, the virtual machine when you were going to create it. So you have to do select the operating system, the size of the virtual machine, if you're gonna align with a public IP address or a private IP address, which is what virtual network you're gonna associate with this virtual machine. That's gonna let you decide how the person is gonna access that. So inside the virtual machine, you're gonna have activity log, for example. You can see who is accessing to this virtual machine. And from here you have the networking resource inside my virtual machine, everything that is related, associated with this virtual machine when it comes to networking. So let's go back to the home. Anyway, this is pretty much a quick tour, and it's huge. You can explore a lot when it comes to Azure, and I hope that's gonna give you more information that you can discuss with your customer when it comes to Azure. And don't hesitate to go and create your free account and play around. Until then, next time, bye bye.